Hello everyone and welcome to Chat with Nene Alice. If this is your first time tuning into Chat with Nene Alice, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to send in your comments. Viewers, today I want us to look at the word grief. Of late, I have lost people that are very close to me, people that I love, people who mean so much to me, people who have contributed so much to me being the woman that I am today. And I have even lost a job that I loved so much. I didn't get a job that I worked so hard for. And at the same time, I have even been in situations where I have lost relationships that I really worked for. And I know my case is not different from you who is watching me at this point. So, what is grief? We know grief is a natural response to losing someone or something that is so important to you. Sometimes when you are grieving, it can cause inflammation to your body. Sometimes people come and they see your face so swollen. Sometimes it comes with, pains, aches, headaches. Sometimes you are not able to eat. And sometimes it makes you become so sick. And it can contribute to so many problems. Sometimes your high blood pressure can just go up. You can have difficulty in sleeping. And your coping mechanism can just reduce. And you begin to ask yourself, why am I grieving this much? Or why am I in this situation? Okay? I just want to tell you that there are several stages to grieving. Sometimes you grieve as a result of death, or sometimes something occurred in your life that you thought would not have happened, or it's something that you didn't hope for, or it's something that you didn't expect. And it comes with persistent traumatic feelings. And sometimes they can quickly go away, but some people, it stays with them for a long time. And it can put you in a stage of denial, a stage of anger, a stage of depression, or sometimes you can just accept it to say, this is it. Okay? But if you say you want to bargain, when you're grieving, then it has to go with guilt. Sometimes you lose people and you say, oh, for example, if somebody asked you for a favor, like today, and the next minute or tomorrow, you just heard that the person died. It comes with a lot of guilt. And this is the most difficult part, because sometimes you begin to question yourself a lot. And you want to be gentle to yourself, but at the same time, you become so hard to yourself. Because you thought that you should have been in a position where you would have helped that particular individual, and the thing that happened will not have happened. Okay? So how do you feel when you lose a loved one? Let's be realistic. How do you feel? When you lose somebody that you love, you feel the pain and you feel the emotion. People come around you and they begin to tell you, be patient, don't mourn as somebody without hope, and at the same time you want to acknowledge those feelings, because people that are talking to you or are encouraging you have been through that same process. Okay? And at the same time you want to get support. You can sit and you say, nobody is supporting me. I have lost this person. I lost my mom. I lost my dad. Most times when you lost your mom, you lost your dad, you begin to ask yourself, where are all the people that my mom and my dad gave support to? But at the same time, they are not here to give me the required support. You try to live a normal life, but sometimes losing somebody you love can just change your life altogether. It changes your life, and you begin to look after yourself in ways that before this time you were not doing. Okay? And sometimes profound grief can change even your psychology or your personality forever. We have seen people roaming the streets because they lost somebody very close to them. I was following the social media trend yesterday, and a popular actress died. And if you follow the story that led to her death, you will see that she has lost 3 of her brothers, 3 of her sisters, and even her daughter, that she considered to be her friend, died like 2 years ago. And, that's changed her, and it even led her into depression. Grieving comes with, suffering. Sometimes you don't notice it after several weeks. You don't notice it. But sometimes, people who are very close to you, they notice that. And they see you, and people know that you are really grieving. And sometimes you are not happy. Most of the time you are not happy. You look so sad. Okay? But I want to tell you that there is no set timetable for grieving. If you are grieving, there is no set timetable. You may start to feel better. You will say after the funeral, then it will be fine, then it will be okay. And that will take like 6 to 8 weeks, because then people are still coming around and people are still talking to you. But again, it can last forever. Every time I remember my mom and my dad, sometimes I feel the shock. Sometimes I want to cry. Sometimes I say, I wish they were here, and I begin to, all sorts of feelings and imaginations keeps running through. But sometimes, I tend to, encourage myself. And because I'm also very religious, I'm a Christian by religion, and I have so many consolation within the Bible, I tend to, read through and encourage myself. But I just want to say, if you are also very religious, the good books, the Quran and the Bible, they have words of encouragement that you can use. Okay? Another question that I want us to look at is that, can grief make you fall out of love? Can you fall out of love because of grieving? Sometimes yes, particularly if you lost your husband or your wife, or even your child. Sometimes people are withdrawn. Some people can say, I am not going to fall in love again because this person that I lost gave me all the love I needed, and I don't even want to try again. Particularly if you have a spouse that you've been so close with, a spouse, that even though there were ups and downs, but then you had very good time together. And so because of the frustration of losing that particular spouse, you think you will not get it again from somebody else. So you can get some physical or emotional disconnection. Okay? But you can deal with it. I want to tell you that this is something that you can deal with it. Even though it's a natural response to, to losing somebody, it's the emotional suffering you feel when someone or somebody is not again by your side. Sometimes, like I said, it can take a long time for you to overcome that feeling. But I want to encourage all of you today that grieving should not be forever. You can grieve for a while and then begin to take new steps. I have a favorite author that I normally quote when I'm in need, when I have so much emotional, disbalance. So I normally quote that author. The author says, the most annoying thing or the most disappointing thing is when you are stuck to a particular disappointment. Somebody says, I have lost my mother, so all hope is gone. I lost my husband, all hope is gone. That is not something that you should be, as somebody who is very progressive. I know, yes, it's difficult to lose somebody, but then you can take courage. You can encourage yourself. People are there to give you support. The universe is not going to stop working because you lost somebody. People, things still moves, and then there are lots of opportunity for you, to encourage yourself and to move on. So I want to encourage you today that, particularly if you are in a period of grieving, just know that there is somebody that is there to give you a shoulder to lean on,